With over 60 PSVR2 indie games on sale, be sure to check the chapters to see which game you want to learn about, but I gotta say right away, do not hesitate to grab the first game, as this came out of nowhere for me and has now set the bar for all VR games going forward. You are a biological alien weapon, a reptilian being able to freely swim and breathe underwater. Bionically equipped sickle implants will release upon the flick of a wrist to climb any wooden surface, or use them to impale your enemies at will. Harvest health and scavenge the biochasm for blueprints to replicate parts to mod your weapons while using your tablet Zelda style to discover relics hidden throughout each area. And don't forget the phenomenal first-class physics-based combat that delivers a true next-gen action adventure with approximately 15 hours of story campaign, immersing you with memorable music that is instantly enchanting the moment you enter into this futuristic yet medieval dreamscape. This game is yet another reason to own the PSVR 2. Arken Age is the game I didn't know I needed, and the #1 contender for Game of the Year 2025, featuring an endless combat mode for unlimited replayability, and it's currently 30% off. And I'm telling you guys, the game is absolutely worth full price and should be in every PSVR2 library. Over 730 people have rated it 4.84 out of 5 stars, with 96% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. That is truly exceptional. And I can already say, after playing this for 7 hours, I'm only 20% complete and can give this 5 stars for sure. But right now I'm in the process of making a video for you guys demonstrating the settings I'm currently using to get the most out of this epic game. I'll be sure to drop that video this week. Become the iconic Zula Hendrix, an ex-colonial marine originally featured in Dark Horse comics.
There's no easy way to say this. I found exactly what I was looking for on Perdam. Full-blown investigation.
As she makes her return in Alien Rogue Incursion, and it's currently 50% off right now. Over 1,600 people have rated it 4.49 out of 5 stars, with 88% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. With her ever-present synth companion Davis-01 for guidance, Zula must infiltrate the infested Gemini Exoplanet Solutions research facility and survive the threat of the most cunning xenomorphs ever encountered, using stealth and serious firepower at her disposal. The authentic atmosphere and innovative VR gameplay features will have you get into the action with gameplay that uses your body as the input. Along with true-to-life motions like opening doors and picking up objects, you also have full-body in-game physical presence for holstering and loading weapons, accessing inventory, turning on lights, and much more. And you'll need all that confidence against these xenomorphs who behave just like their cinematic counterparts, actively hunting you throughout locations, crawling through ducts and tunnels, and jumping on and climbing objects within the world. Oh, that sounds truly awesome, and from what I understand, the game has received a few patches now that addressed a lot of the issues that were present at launch, so I do think this game is good to go. Swing through towering skyscrapers, battle deadly enemies, and fight to free Concord from the grip of oppression in Resist, and it's 15% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 20% off total. Almost 100 people have already rated it 4.67 out of 5 stars, with 91% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Nice. Explore the vast city of Concord while uncovering its secrets. Resist delivers a high-speed, story-driven open-world experience packed with kinetic swinging, intense combat, and deep RPG mechanics. Master fluid movement and take down enemies with skill as you level up and customize your abilities to refine your playstyle. You can even compete in skill challenges and prove your prowess with the online leaderboards. And what's really cool is that the game claims the PSVR 2 version features ultra-smooth, seamless gameplay with 90Hz performance, has more immersive visuals with realistic reflections and shaders, along with full headset and sense haptics, coupled with the adaptive triggers and that beautiful OLED HDR display, make this the ultimate version to play. This sounds absolutely awesome, and I've only heard great things about it. Anyone who owns it, plays it, loves it, or hates it, please let us know in the comments if we should grab this at that sale price. And yet another surprise hit, Rainbow Reactor Fusion rewards your basketball skills in this extremely addictive color matching game, and it's 80% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 85% off total. 98 people have rated it 4.55 out of 5 stars, with 89% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And I can totally understand why, because this game is completely polished and pick up and play awesomeness. I knew this was a remastered version, but I never played the original, so my expectations were kind of low, but but wow, that looks realistic. It really does. I couldn't believe how good this looked in that massive factory setting, giving that awesome sense of scale. Truly, guys, this is instant pick up and play where you're just thrown into this beautiful factory and you're supposed to clean it up essentially in between playing these basketball-oriented color matching games. One rail on each side, the right and the left, a ball comes down and you have to grab it before it drops to the floor. You've got 3 misses. If a ball hits the ground, one of those misses happens. So that's how you lose essentially. Or if one of the balls goes out of bounds, and that can be from throwing it out of bounds, or if the court or the grid is essentially full of these balls all over the place and your ball bounces off one of them, that can go out of bounds there. So you are trying to keep that grid as clean as possible, getting as many combos as possible, but also setting up the colored combos. Again, super simple stuff. All these color matching games have been around forever, but not in the VR medium this way. Again, shooting basketballs into this area is so satisfying. I'm going to show you guys just in my headset. That is incredible. What I absolutely loved is they didn't spend too much time on this factory stuff, just enough to get you to walk around and, you know, feel like you're in a factory doing the jobs, but it's all about the basketball. And I say that literally, that's exactly what it feels like to me. And I have to say, I'm really proud of myself. I just recently beat the story mode, all 9 levels. And I gotta say, the challenge in this game has a perfect difficulty curve. And after you play that story mode, I started playing the arcade mode, and that has its own unique set of objectives and things to do. It's so neat, guys. And I do want to tell everybody, highly recommend that you play this like basketball. So when you're holding your controller over your head like this, and then you go to flick, and just like basketball, the more that you push off, the farther the ball will go. The less power you put in, the shorter distance, it just lobs forward. Feels so good. I did find having my wrist this way, vertically forward, like naturally facing forward like you would hold the controller, was bang on. So yes, I do recommend right away just practicing forward like this, and you'll see how precise, how rewarding hitting those spots that you're trying to hit. Getting those combos, it's just exhilarating, honestly. So it feels like a mix match of like 3-point competition where these balls are just rolling towards you on the left and the right side on those racks. And then near the end of level 9, man, you're just like in this flow where you're just taking the ball and you're firing one after the other. It was insanely, incredibly hard, but so much fun. It actually took me many tries to get through that last level. With the PSVR2 room scale perfect tracking, I gotta say, the dream has come true. And this is a testament of how transformative sports titles will be in VR. No joke, this makes exercise fun again, and I highly recommend you get this game, especially at that awesome sale price. And yet another must-have that took me completely by surprise. I highly recommend you get Propagation Paradise Hotel at 50% off. Over 1,100 people have rated this 4.67 out of 5 stars, with 94% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And from personal experience, I did just play the game, and I played it all the way through. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to get through the whole thing, but every minute was so much fun. The entire atmosphere, the sound, the graphics, I was actually blown away as to how amazing this looked. That's awesome. Oh, wow. So okay. Bizarre. Oh, hey, oh, watch where you're pointing that shit. Oh, that looks so good. Wow. So use that grip and oh, that looks amazing. Oh, look at down the barrel. This really did feel like a next-gen game on the PSVR2. The only negative about this, and it's not spoiling anything, is that the game actually felt too short. Again, only a handful of hours to get through the whole game, but nothing felt repetitive. Nothing felt like I was drudging through, you know, a challenge that didn't need to be there. Essentially, the story is you are trapped inside the Paradise Hotel where a strange illness has turned people into savage creatures. You play as Emily Diaz, and you're desperate to find your sister as you explore dark surroundings, gather resources, and survive terrifying encounters. And yes, I can say, from experience, there are a few moments in there I did not expect to get jump scared, so it was very cool. But at 50% off, hands down, you do want to grab this game for sure. Paint the Town Red VR is always recommended by the community, and it's 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 50% off total. Over 2,000 people have rated it 4.44 out of 5 stars, with 86% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Paint the Town Red VR brings the chaotic first-person melee combat into VR with unprecedented control. Wield the vast array of weapons with a new level of precision. Dual-wield weapons for devastating combinations, and plan your attacks with the spatial awareness only possible in VR. Interact dramatically with the world around you. Grab and throw objects with real-life movements. React quickly to incoming attacks by blocking and dodging, or use your fists to strike down your voxel-based enemies. The intuitive physics and VR controls take the action to all new heights, making the experience more vivid visceral than ever before. Explore the madness firsthand as you are transported into the heart of action-packed brawls of the scenarios, the fiercely competitive combat waves of the arena, and the harrowing depths of the epic roguelike beneath. That all sounds awesome. It really does. And everyone in the comments in the past, anytime this game's been on sale, has said you need to grab this game right away. Windlands 2 is a first-person grappling hook exploration game, and it's 45% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 50% off total. 106 people rated it 4.52 out of 5 stars, with 88% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And if you're like me and played Windlands when the PSVR 1 launched years ago, then you might remember how incredibly advanced and complex the controls were with those Move controllers. So I'm really excited to see how easy this will be now to pick up and play with the PSVR 2 tech. Now you can return to the Windlands alone or with up to 3 other friends in 4-player co-op. Awesome. Armed with grappling hooks and a bow, soar through the ruins of a fallen world. Embark on a journey to destroy the gigantic titans and save the world from an ancient danger. Right on. I think I might grab this one for the wife and I to play co-op using that digital game sharing feature. Matrix. That's cool. That's totally, yeah, easier in there. That's awesome. And the next most awesome arcade experience I can highly recommend at full price is Crisis Brigade 2 Reloaded, and it's 30% off right now. Over 630 people rated it 4.18 out of 5 stars, with 80% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And I can totally speak to this. I do think not everyone will enjoy this game because you do have to stand up the entire time and physically crouch around your environment. And that's what I love about this game, is it actually has you taking cover at all times, and you don't use a left stick to move anywhere or a right stick to turn around. So immersively awesome, it really is. And unlike a lot of games out there, it does not give you the option to include a crouch button, which I love. I personally think that's what makes this game amazing, is you actually having to stand and take cover physically at all times. Amazing, it really is. There are multiple levels to go through with multiple scenes in each level, and then after you go through those 3 campaign levels, there's like this time attack mode with 3 other levels in there, and they're all different. I truly cannot recommend this game enough, especially whenever it goes on sale. So I can already recommend this at full price. I think it's an absolute blast, but definitely want to say you do need to get this on sale for sure. But the next game is apparently even better than Crisis Brigade 2. Dead Second is an arcade action cover shooter, and it's currently 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. 165 people rated this 4.63 out of 5 stars, with 94% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Right on. This totally reminds me of Crisis Brigade. However, in this game you remember the CSF Kronos Strike Force, a top secret agency that employs a small time dilation technology called the Temporal Overdrive. The device is synergized with the adrenal receptors of a CSF's agent's brain, granting them superhuman reflexes. Governments have fallen into disarray. Corporations and private military contractors rule the streets, take on a series of assignments, and make them pay. The Dead Second is a time reaction system. Defeating an enemy momentarily slows time, giving you a chance to dodge incoming enemy fire and acquire your next target. Chaining a quick succession of takedowns boosts your score, time, and accuracy points. Featuring an intuitive third-person view designed especially for VR headsets, Human Fall Flat VR is now 50% off. Over 48,000 people have rated the flat version, including this VR version, 4.15 out of 5 stars, with 78% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 14% gave this 1 star. Pick a party of up to 4 humans and work together carefully to navigate each level's perilous traps and solve each collection of physics-based puzzles. Now rebuilt for VR, each controller you wield controls the respective arm of your human avatar, adding an unprecedented level of physicality. And apparently, Human Fall Flat is a hilarious, lighthearted physics platformer set in a world of floating dreamscapes. Each dream level provides a new environment to navigate, with multiple routes through each level, and perfectly playful puzzles ensure exploration and ingenuity are rewarded. The VR edition of Human Fall Flat includes all levels from the game's original release, along with a wide selection of extra dreams created by some of the most talented community creators. You can also customize your human with a massive selection of outfits to add to your collection, along with head, upper, and lower body style, and even customizable colors. And for those of you that want to have both the VR and the original flat version, you can get the Human Fall Flat franchise bundle at 60% off. Take back the planet in a massive mech suit in Big Shots, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 60% off total. 148 people rated it 4.07 out of 5 stars, with 76% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And the story for this one goes, an experiment gone wrong unleashed a relentless alien invasion, plunging humanity into chaos. Price Inc. initiated the Big Shots initiative to fight the invaders, and this is where you come in, rookie. Become a big shot and take on the pivotal role of an alien exterminator. As you gear up and evolve your mech, you'll venture deeper into infested areas and search for the source of all of this mayhem. Exterminations can be done solo or side by side with a fellow big shot, and that's what I'm totally interested in, playing this game with the wife using that digital game sharing feature. And when teamed up, working together is key to holding off alien scum and getting the job done. And what's really cool is that cross-platform play is supported, so none of your friends will be left out. And apparently this game takes advantage of an innovative movement system. I'm assuming, like all other VR games, you can freely walk around. However, I highly recommend that you sit down in a chair for this game if you are virtually in a mech suit to begin with, just saying. And only a couple weeks ago, the supercharged update was released that allows you to power up your mech with 60 brand new upgrades and ultimates, giving you even more ways to crush the bugs in style. Alongside these new updates, they've also enhanced Big Shots with key quality of life improvements and essential bug fixes. Even before this supercharged update was released, I've only heard excellent things about this game on all platforms.
Looking for a cozy, creative VR adventure? Hop on board.
Now's the time to get all aboard with the coolest, most chill single-player board game puzzle experience in Toy Trains, and it's 50% off right now. Over 240 people rated it 4.52 out of 5 stars, with 88% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And me giving it a 5 for sure, hands down, especially after that infinite loop update. And quickly, just speaking to this, I have to say, I did not buy this game. This was sent to me by the developers, and again, I expected nothing going into it because I did not have a Toy Train set growing up, and I had no interest whatsoever in playing like the sandbox mode, but I just didn't understand the game was actually designed as a puzzle game to begin with, which is amazing. This is another pick up and play experience. Quite literally, you can just pop the game in and it walks you through step by step how to do each stage properly. And what I mean is, the premise of the game is extremely simple. Quite literally, you just have a construction site in the middle of the board, and then you have a couple houses sitting there to begin with. All you have to do is make a railroad track, literally connecting that house to the construction site. Or if you have multiple houses, you can have one railroad track connecting to both houses and the construction site, doing a complete loop. Or you can choose to do one track per house, meaning that you just have one track connected to that one house and that construction site with like multiple tracks going on at once. That's the beauty of this game. You literally can solve the puzzle the way that you want it with no time limit whatsoever. Even the pieces that you're given, it legit looks like a game manual. You're holding it out of the box and you can see what pieces they offer. Again, in the beginning, they're just giving you like a corner piece in a straight line. And as the stages progress, you get more and more pieces to use, to the point that you're about maybe halfway through the game, if not a little farther, and you have all the pieces to use. But again, each stage, they show you how to use a specific piece like a slope or a tunnel or a bridge in that one stage. And I do have to say this, had I reviewed this game before the Infinite Loop update, I would have been disappointed because it just picked up at level 9 out of 10. Right at the end of the game, I'm like, oh, okay, these are challenging courses now, if not just the last one. With this Infinite Loop update, they did include a plethora of new challenging puzzles, and I gotta say, that's where the game's at. But the sandbox mode is advertised in this new update. That is not at all appealing to me. I mean, I just touched it for a second. I didn't care for it. It's the puzzles, and they're so good, so good. So I do feel like anybody that's bought this game in the past, if you have not revisited this since the Infinite Loop update, it is a completely new game. It's 10 times better, honestly. So really cool that the developers added all this extra content for free, because it really made the game for me. Every challenge in that update was better than any of the challenges in the original game. So cool and so therapeutic. That's what I want to say. This game is therapy. At the end of the day, just chill out. Even standing or sitting, it doesn't matter. Punch, jab, block, dodge, and slip your way to victory as you rise to become the ultimate boxing champion in Mutant Boxing League. And it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Only 19 people have rated it 4.74 out of 5 stars, with everyone giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. Nice. Whether you're new to VR or a seasoned boxer, apparently Mutant Boxing League has something for everyone. Master the art of attack, defense, and special gloves like the Power Glove and Speed Glove with the tutorials. With every fight, you'll improve your skills, timing perfect counter punches, blocking, and dodging to stay on top. Mutant Boxing League was developed with professional boxers, designed to make boxing training both enjoyable and challenging. Unlike Creed, you actually don't move around the ring here, but play standing still, punch-out style. With every fight, you'll improve your boxing skills and fitness, all while unlocking gloves, minigames, and challenges that will keep you coming back for more. Interesting. Walkabout Mini Golf Lost Cities bundle features 5 DLC courses included with the base game, and it's 25% off. And for those of you with a PlayStation Plus Premium or Deluxe membership, heads up, the base game is no longer a part of your catalog as of May 20th, so this may be the time to get it. Escape into a fun and beautiful world filled with the best mini golf courses you've ever seen. Play by yourself, meet someone new, or challenge your friends in a private game with up to 8 people. With extremely realistic physics, you're going to create the perfect experience for hardcore golfers and casual players alike. This entire base game has 8 unique 18-hole courses to master, and each one has the ability to unlock Night Mode for more challenging versions of all courses. Again, you can play solo 1 versus 1 online quick matches, or you can create a private room with up to 8 players, and with that private room, every player can play on your course. If you own all of the DLC in this game, everyone can participate. They just can't do any of the treasure hunts or use any of the special putters that they've accumulated and play in your course. And of course, they cannot play and practice on the course until they buy it themselves. You're going to collect over 188 custom balls hidden throughout the entire game. As well, you can solve these treasure hunts on each hard course to earn special putters. The game totally supports cross-play, which allows every VR user to play, meaning that you'll never be alone playing this game. And to fit all playstyles, you can teleport, use smooth locomotion, or fly around on your putter like a witch on a broomstick. And then you've got these custom avatars featuring lip sync and a quadrillion plus combinations. Over 2,300 people rated this 4.63 out of 5 stars, with 91% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And here's a quick look at all of the courses included in this bundle. Atlantis. El Dorado. Temple of Zerzura. Shangri-La. Gardens of Babylon. Make new friends, go fishing, and chill with a frog in a cozy, anime-inspired universe in Sushi Ben. And it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. 143 people rated this 4.72 out of 5 stars, with 93% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Awesome. And because again, I have no attachment to the anime, the characters whatsoever, the PlayStation Store says, save the sushi bar from the greedy land developers in this wild narrative adventure. Meet the squad of Kotobuki Town and dive into a bunch of epic activities while you get to know them. Earn their trust by doing cool tasks, and they'll be down to join you for some sushi back at the local sushi joint. Revamp your vibe in a retro town. Link up with new buddies, go fishing, and chill with a frog in a cozy, anime-inspired universe. Very weird. And on top of all that, you are going to fish, catch bugs, walk dogs, maybe even some ghosts. It also includes immersive 3D manga panels. Kick back in a serene Japanese town while vibing to some smooth guitar tunes. And hear your favorite characters come to life with some famous voices. And you can customize your look as well as how you move. Interesting. And that is really what it's saying on the PlayStation Store description. Anybody in the comment section that can speak to this, let everyone else know whether or not they should get this game on sale. Fight, work out, and dance to an intense synthwave soundtrack in Masters of Light, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Only 34 people have rated it 4.32 out of 5 stars, with 80% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. Shadows are threatening the galaxy, and it's up to you to join the fight and conquer 36 levels with unlimited replay. Unleash pinpoint accuracy with the PSVR2 eye tracking and feel the thrill of every attack with the Sense Controller haptics, and amplifying the intensity of each battle through its headset haptics. And just recently, the game has had a significant patch, now allowing PSVR2 users to play the game the way the developer originally intended, using the latest hand tracking feature. I've never played this game before and really don't know how to play this, to be honest, but every time I see this trailer, I'm immediately taken back by the music and feel this one could be trippy as fuck. Anyone in the comment section, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know if we should grab this at that sale price.
Do not wait for the rest of the crew. I repeat.
Harpagun is a fast-paced arcade shooter with a unique twist, and it's currently 30% off. Only 15 people have rated it 4.27 out of 5 stars, with 87% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And the PlayStation Store simply says that you're gonna smash alien critters, argue with your dysfunctional crew, and destroy everything in sight. Use weapons or everyday objects with a gravity ray to wreak havoc. Built for VR, it delivers chaotic fun, immersive combat, and a wild, hilarious storyline. Interesting. Other than that, I have no idea what this game is truly about. Anyone out there, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know in the comment section whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. Become a vampire. Strike from the darkness and drink the blood of your prey in Vampire: The Masquerade Justice. And it's 40% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 45% off total. Almost 600 people rated it 4.14 out of 5 stars, with 78% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. This is an open-ended narrative adventure RPG set in the World of Darkness universe. You have the power to strike fear in the hearts of a criminal underworld as an untraceable shadow, picking off targets one by one. Shadows are your ally. Take to the rooftops and seek new paths away from enemy eyes. Use shadow traps to snatch up unsuspecting prey and drag them into oblivion. Activate Cloak of Shadows and slip unseen through enemy defenses. Punish the guilty with brutal abilities. Launch yourself towards opponents with immense force or boil their insides with Cauldron of Blood. Approach from behind and sink in your fangs to stock up on blood. Load your crossbow with special bolts to kill, distract, or knock out guards from afar. The dark skies of Venice provide ample opportunity to level up powers and build a character suited to your playstyle. Tackle side missions away from the campaign to earn more experience. Convince NPCs to aid your quest, solve puzzles, uncover collectibles, and test yourself with optional tasks in each mission. Wow, that sounds awesome. Again, I've never played this before. Anyone in the comment section, if you own the game, played it, if you love it or hate it, please let us know whether or not we should get this at the sale price. I love that I get to play ping pong again, honestly. I'm not kidding. This is like Christmas to me. Ping pong perfection is already on PSVR2 in Racket Fury Table Tennis VR, and it's 20% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 25% off total. Almost 500 people have rated it 4.57 out of 5 stars, with 91% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. I did get a free review key and covered this game in length about a year ago, and I totally show you guys what to expect. But I gotta say, it plays beautifully with a native 120 frames per second, making the entire experience butter smooth. Like, I own the original version on the PSVR 1 and played the crap out of it, but I'm telling you, it is the exact same game, but on the PSVR 2 with all the bells and whistles again. It doesn't feel like a VR game. I feel like I'm playing ping pong, but in some futuristic setting. The lighting actually reflects where I can see scuffs on the actual rubber. That is so cool. Even on the back, on the black there, even just little rubber indents. I don't know if you guys can see that on your screen. I absolutely can. Even the edges of the ping pong paddle, I know, check it out, but that you can see the layers of wood, thin wood just glued in the middle. Like, that's what I mean by realistic. It's not just a solid piece. They made this look like a ping pong paddle. So as much as I've trained myself on PSVR 1, doing the pivot and standing in the spot, I've now trained myself to be able to give, you know, some freedom on my PSVR 2 games. I have to be careful with this. Like, literally, I'm adjusting the table like this, and it's keeping it on the same plane. Now I can just move my controller up and down. All right, I'm going to practice. I think we just sit here and rally. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. Instantly. I love it. No joke. Oh, man. That is so cool. Come on, Zen. Oh, that is so cool. The 120 frames per second, that full room scale VR where I can walk around my entire table. The perfect tracking where I can bend over, crouch, Use my paddle not even looking at the table, and everything is working as if I have a real ping pong table in front of me. So simple, but so good. You can play between arcade and simulation. Most will use the default arcade and love it, but I gotta push you to go simulation as it really shows you how rewarding it is to get good at the game and actually feel like you're playing ping pong in real life. The 2-player online is absolutely awesome if you have a friend to play with, but there is no cross-play from what I understand. That would be the only negative if you didn't have any friends and you were waiting to play somebody online. I really don't know how popular it is now to go online and see if somebody's playing, but if you had just one friend that you could, coordinate and play with, whoa, what a blast this would be, honestly. I got lucky there. Oh, wow! That was awesome. I was gonna say I got lucky, but spike it. That's awesome. Come and spatula. Oh, yes.
Oh, no! This is for the tie. I still won, though.
No, you haven't won yet. Oh, you're making me... Yes!
Here we go. This is for the tie.
I cannot let you win. Ready for this?
Yes.
Oh, shit! That's awesome. Oh, set 3. Right, that's not the full match. This is the comeback. Immerse yourself in the ambient atmosphere and otherworldly music and search for lost artifacts hidden throughout the world in Mare. And it's 30% off. Only 60 people have rated it 4.52 out of 5 stars, with 86% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. The whole game here is exploring the vast and strange landscapes from a viewpoint of a mechanical bird, where you guide and protect a vulnerable AI companion and her unexpected adventure. Explore and discover the underlying narrative spanning over 8 chapters, and immerse yourself in the ambient atmosphere and otherworldly music for a soothing experience. Venture deep into unknown territory on a puzzling adventure while unraveling a mysterious narrative and the secrets hidden within, all in order to ensure the arrival of the companion at her impending destiny. Search for lost artifacts hidden throughout the world in order to unlock the final secret of Mare. Anyone in the comments that owns this, loves it, or hates it, please pipe in and let us know whether or not we should grab this on sale. PowerBeatsVR is a highly intense VR fitness app featuring a truly customized workout like no other, and it's 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total.
Get ready.
Box, dodge, and squat to the rhythm of upbeat music, and choose between official songs with leaderboards and dozens of professional full-day workouts. Or train with your own music using the auto generator and enjoy endless hours of rewarding and personalized exercise. Combine these workouts in custom playlists and experience even longer training sessions. Have a blast while burning calories and get fit in no time. Only 32 people have rated it 4.31 out of 5 stars, with 85% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And what's really cool is they also offer the Custom Environments add-on pack at 30% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. With this, you get 22 built-in Skybox environments, along with the option to use your own Skybox environments, which are 360-degree panorama files for countless training surroundings. You can find a myriad of those files online, or simply use Google Street View or a 360-degree camera. With this DLC, there are virtually no limits on where you're going to work out in VR, and yet they offer more DLC with Song Pack 3, and it's 30% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. And with this add-on pack, you'll immerse yourself in 12 brand new dynamic songs catering to fitness enthusiasts of all skill levels. This is the second time that it's been on sale, and I gotta say, this does sound pretty impressive. Anyone in the comments that owns it, plays it, loves it, or hates it, please let us know your experience and whether or not we should grab this at that sale price.
You gotta bleed for this if you want to be the best. Let's find out what you're made of.
Step into the ring and immerse yourself in the pulse-pounding excitement of cinematic boxing with Creed Rise to Glory Championship Edition, and it's 60% off, which is actually cheaper than paying that upgrade fee if you own this on the PSVR 1. Over 1,600 people have rated it 3.85 out of 5 stars, with 71% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And I gotta say, from my experience here, for me on the PSVR 1, it was incredible to play anything like that, to be able to stand in the spot, duck, dodge, weave, punch, uppercut, and hit with accuracy. Actually get a full-fledged workout just being in the gym, not even boxing somebody online. The one takeaway I really disliked about the first one is you did have have to use your hands like a speed bag to go forward and to go backwards. And I understand you didn't have any joysticks on the PSVR 1 to do that, so it was intuitive at the time. The fact that I can use these joysticks now moving backwards and still blocking and throwing punches, man, that sounds amazing. And to think this is 4K HDR OLED display, there is a substantial upgrade to this game. And for those of you that didn't know what this game was about, you literally are playing Creed from the movies and you're training with Rocky Balboa, literally having these training exercises in the gym, legit awesome exercises, and then based on your performance on your training, you'll have more stamina going into your next boxing fight. So it's not just sake of doing these practice runs, it's forcing you to do really well in your practice so you're actually better in your boxing match altogether, which is an awesome mechanic. Seriously, very cool. And it tires you out before you go to face the character next time, so it's crazy. It gets you to actually slow down. And unlike the PSVR 1, again, this does have cross-platform support, which is integral to, to have somebody to fight online. That was one of the big problems on PSVR 1. In order for me to get that platinum, I needed to beat somebody online, and it ended up being my wife. This modern take on an incredibly rare Atari arcade prototype delivers a wave shooter that is insanely addictive in Akka Arrh, and it's 65% off. Almost 100 people have rated it 4.48 out of 5 stars, with 88% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. You're a turret desperately fighting off swarms of inbound attackers. If enemies penetrate your perimeter, you need to zoom into close range combat and beat them back, adjusting to a completely different perspective in the blink of an eye. Welcome to Jeff Minter's Akka Arrh. This is supposed to be a pure arcade bliss. You'll be thrown directly into the action where combos, high scores, and survival are your only goals. Create massive chains of enemy explosions and rack up ammo for precision shots to keep a combo and your rings or life force protected. Lose them all and it's game over. And this touts to have 50 unique levels, so you can totally start from the beginning like classic arcade action, or you can pick up from where you left off to power through to the end. And for those of you that are worried about the photosensitivity, all those flashing lights, you can actually turn that off, so that's very cool on their part. Embark on an emotional, award-winning adventure in Before Your Eyes, and it's currently 50% off right now. If you're a PlayStation Plus Premium or Deluxe member, this game is no longer a part of your catalog as of May 20th. By combining its innovative blink interaction mechanic with a charming world and a fully voiced acted story, Before Your Eyes is a deeply emotional and relatable journey, one about the impossible expectations we place on ourselves and the regrets we carry with us. I personally have never played the game before, but for everyone that has commented in the past and has played it, they've only said great things about this experience or game, I want to say. Tentacular has been nominated for many awards and is currently 60% off right now. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 65% off total. 147 people rated this 3.78 out of 5 stars, with 66% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. This is a heartwarming physics-based puzzler bursting with inventive, immersive VR gameplay and lots of humor. Solve puzzles using playful tools to build strange contraptions and spectacular structures, or wreak havoc with your lumbering bulk. Most importantly, experience a sweet and funny adventure about figuring out where you came from and where you belong. This touts to have over 10 hours of gameplay, and you're going to experience over 50 levels filled with puzzles, action, adventure, and humor. And the game does feature over 35 plus trophies and allows you to continue your adventure in the sandbox mode, which again, I had no idea that was a thing. Anyone in the comments section that's played this game, please let us know whether or not we should grab this at the sale price. It does seem like a win at half off. Ghost Signal is a sci-fi action roguelike, and it's 15% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 20% off total. That said, if you're a PlayStation Plus Premium member, you can check out the full game for a full 30 minutes. 422 people have rated it 4.43 out of 5 stars, with 88% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And this is another action roguelike game. However, it's set in the Stellaris universe, where you captain your ship to battle a multitude of alien species, partake in dynamic space wars, encounter planet-sized creatures, gather valuable loot to conduct research, and more. No journey is the same. Expect these interstellar space battles where you're going to use the full artillery of the Aurora against enemy armadas. Loot or purchase power-ups like freeze rays, atomic missiles, or even dragon companions. The choice is yours. You're also going to scan exotic creatures for your logbook and conduct research in multiple tech trees. And also there's this asynchronous multiplayer allowing you to scavenge other players' deserted ships for valuables. That is awesome. And alongside the story mode, you're going to have these randomized maps make every session unique. Ghost Signal includes daily challenges with both global and local leaderboards to climb. And if you're unsure whether or not this game is for you, which I was up until I read that description to be honest with you, you can get Ghost Signal, a Stellaris game demo for free on the PlayStation Store right now. Soar through the skies like never before and restore balance to the universe with Sky Climb. And it's 80% off total. Over 100 people rated this 4.44 out of 5 stars, with 83% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. The first-person adventure brings classic platforming to VR, featuring an intuitive arm-based locomotion mechanism that allows you to fling yourself from one cube to another in low gravity. From what I'm seeing here in the trailer, you can create your own levels, which is really cool. I'm not too sure whether or not you can actually post them online for others to compete on. There is a single-player campaign spanning 7 unique worlds, which includes a total of 65 levels, complete with 7 boss encounters and power-ups to help you along the way. As well, there is a multiplayer championship mode supporting up to 6 players in races and hoop collecting. You can also personalize your climber with a ton of customization options to help stand out from the crowd. If you're looking for the fastest, most accessible online multiplayer first-person shooter on PSVR2, ALVO is currently 60% off. With over 800 people rating this, it got 3.79 out of 5 stars, with 68% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, while 16% gave this 1 star. I did play the shit out of this on the PSVR1. I did have the aim controllers, 2 of them, so I had a blast back in the day. I did pay that upgrade fee, and it is evidently revised with that 4K HDR graphics. The controls are completely revamped, and I mean completely. And unlike any other first-person shooter, this actually has set the bar when it comes to all the options you can choose between. If you prefer that Firewall Ultra classic just hitting buttons to reload, you can play that way, or you can now detach your 2 arms and have individual arms like I love, manual reload, all that stuff. And unlike the Pavlovs or the Firewall Ultras, in this game you can jump, you can slide, and you can sprint around corners really fast. And on the PSVR2, it is a massive difference when it comes to the frame rate even. So everything about it, it's not just, you can play the same game revised on the PSVR2 using the new controllers. No, they totally adapted it to the PSVR2 tech. The one negative that I'm hearing online, I personally have not experienced this, is that I'm hearing there's not a lot of people playing this game anymore. However, every time I go to play, I swear to you, just within a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 rounds against the computer, they have these bots that fill it in, but then people start flooding in. So for me, I always have somebody online to play against. Literally, I love the deathmatch, team deathmatch stuff. And at that price, if you've never owned this and you're looking for that Call of Duty online first-person shooter with progression, meaning that every time you play you're getting experience points, and with those experience points you unlock new attachments, new guns, new things. Essentially, this game has it all. So I really got to give it to the developers, man. They've been totally working with this game for a long time, enhancing it, making it awesome for PSVR2, and I think everyone should at least check this out. The best VR firearm simulator just got a whole lot better with Gun Club VR, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. Over 2,000 people have rated it since the PSVR 1 days, 4.21 out of 5 stars, with 81% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And this game does offer an upgrade path, which is a little cheaper than the actual sale price here. And I have to say, on the PSVR 1, this was revolutionary. Quite literally, the first game that included manual reloading in VR for PSVR 1 there. It was just so well done with all the different challenges, all the different targeting ranges, and a zombie mode on top of that. These, flat pieces that are just popping up in front of you. It actually did a really good job of everything. And then some sort of World War II mode in there as well. With Reloaded, it says it has full audio remastering for every weapon, massively enhanced textures and lighting, and remodeled ranges makes this the most realistic and accurate version of Gun Club ever. With over 100 weapons and counting, as well as interactive ranges, sideshows, and the unlimited freedom of sandbox mode, there's never been a better time to hit the range. Earn cash and rankings based on your performance, and then unlock hundreds of events including hostage rescue and sniper scenarios to the zombie apocalypse. And if you want to get some more content, you can get the SWAT DLC at 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. And with that SWAT DLC, it puts you to the test as you master the weapons and tactics needed to become the best of the best. Hone your skills in the intense combat training simulations, face off against the waves of hostile targets, and survive the onslaught of the apocalyptic zombie horde. I'm showing you right here the list of guns that you're getting. And with that, along with an all-new subway scenario with dozens of new events to master. You can also get the Wild West DLC, and that's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% as well, making it 55% off total. And I'm showing you a list of all the Western type base guns that are included with that one. All with the complexities of the manual reloading with all those old guns, which sounds amazing. But if you don't like that manual reload, in this DLC, they offer you a quick reload function, which I'm surprised they're doing that, but maybe some people don't want to have to do the whole 6-shooter thing and reload. And the last one for Gun Club is the Heavy Weapons DLC, and it's 50% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. Unleash hellfire in the action-packed new high explosive shooting range, or rack up the collateral damage on over 100 new classic, wave, and zombie events. And as you can see here, you're getting a bunch of RPGs and grenade launchers, making a total of 11 explosive new heavy weapons. Awesome. But if you want everything that Gun Club VR has to offer, you can get the Ultimate Edition, and it's 55% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 60% off total. And as I'm showing you right here, this includes all of the DLC for Gun Club VR. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks great. That's so cool. Become the ultimate chef as you take control of a highly polished, realistic kitchen with lifelike ingredients in Cooking Simulator VR, and it's 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 40% off total. Just over 200 people have rated this 4.09 out of 5 stars, with 78% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 14% did give this 1 star. I actually did play this game all the way through. I ended up platinum the game, and I only scratched the surface of this entire game. What I mean by that is this game features over 80 unique recipes, and I probably only had 5 to 10 total unlocked. I actually was expecting more of a job simulator type game, which I'm not into. I was blown away that this was more of an actual cooking simulator where I had a budget that I had to buy certain ingredients to make my meals and then do it within a specific amount of time, but every task was actually doing the cooking simulation. From cutting French fries, and each fry is an individual size with an individual weight. You can literally see how well you're cutting the French fries, and you will be graded for your actual skills at the end when you plate the food. Everything from pouring soup, seeing how much liquid is in the bowl, to how much of each ingredient is in the actual soup, the temperature of the soup, the temperature of the cooking. You can literally look down at the actual steak as it's cooking and see it cooking. If you make a mess on the floor, you can literally wipe up the mess off the floor. When you leave your equipment, pots and pans and plates everywhere, if you go to play again, everything is still where you left it. You have to clean up after you're done. Aside from doing the dishes, you literally set yourself up so all of your workstations are ready to go. You can actually ruin your stove by spilling shit all over everything, and then that's going to impede your process that you're trying to cook, and then all of a sudden you got to repair your stove. So cool, guys. Honestly, wasn't expecting any of this stuff. And then the actual meal prep, you know, I felt like I was rushing around doing these tasks on a timer and then using actual virtual timers with my hand, doing 2 tasks at once as I'm trying to like deep fry French fries, as I'm trying to fry a steak on the pan in the other area here. Just amazing. I can actually recommend this game at full price. So seeing it at sale, I do want to say yes. I do think you'll have a blast playing Cooking Simulator VR for sure. Hello Neighbor Search and Rescue is a groundbreaking VR horror puzzle game where you sneak into your creepy neighbor's house to save your friend. And it's 65% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 70% off total. Over 400 people rated this 3.68 out of 5 stars, with 64% giving this 4 or 5, but 20% did give this 1 star. I found out that this game actually has you play multiple characters at the same time. It reminds me of Grand Theft Auto 5, where you're using these 3 characters, but they're all in real time doing their activity in that location. And each unique character has their own key items and skills. And of course, you can choose at any time to switch between these characters, solving specific puzzles and avoiding the neighbor as you attempt to reach the creepy basement. You're going to have to use your wits to find alternate solutions to a dynamic range of puzzles and challenging environmental obstacles. Sounds awesome. Many puzzles that have seemed unsolvable at first glance require you to use the perspectives of the multiple characters in conjunction to overcome them. Very cool, man. Honestly, you're supposed to use your own approach to infiltrate Mr. Peterson's house by alternating perspectives, of course, combining character skills to dynamically solve these puzzles, uncover hidden mysteries, and reveal new pathways through your environment. But of course, you are going to confront your fears, experiencing nightmarish dream sequences, and learn more about the secrets of the Hello Neighbor universe. GORN is a ludicrously violent VR gladiator simulator, and it's 50% off right now. With over 2,500 people rating it, it scored 4.21 out of 5 stars, with 79% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. I did play it on PSVR 1, I beat it all the way through, I enjoyed myself heavily, went to go play it on PSVR 2 with that free upgrade. At the time, in the tutorial, it had you move your arms in order to get around the area, and you could not change that. So I have not checked it out since, but right away, the colors of course look amazing. But I didn't feel compelled to go back after playing it on PSVR 1 to do it all over again. Anyone who's never played GORN before, I kind of have to recommend you check out Barbaria first, because I think it has a lot more depth and complexity other than just the arena combat. And for sure, the room scale VR would be the way to play this. Just be very careful where your walls are, because you will be swinging your arms around like baseball bats for sure in this style of game. Do you hate spiders? Then you might want to check out Kill It With Fire VR, cause it's 75% off. Over 500 people rated this 3.56 out of 5 stars, with 61% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 24% gave this 1 star. That said, if you're a PlayStation Premium member, you can totally try the game for a full hour to see whether or not this game is for you. The game claims to feature tons of unique weapons and equipment with 8 different spider species, realistic fire simulation system, there are dozens of optional objectives, don't know how that works, with loads of hidden upgrades, and then you can battle in the Arachno Gauntlet. Again, I wish I knew what that was. And then it claims to have a secret ending. From everything I'm seeing here in the trailer, it just looks like a classic roguelike pick up and play arcade action style game, which, you know, I've always enjoyed typically. But I don't think this game will scare me. Anybody in the comments section, if you can please speak up whether or not we should get this game at the sale price, that would be awesome. If you're craving more of that crazy kayak experience, then you need to also check out Whitewater VR Extreme Kayaking Adventure, and it's 25% off. 136 people rated it 3.63 out of 5 stars, with 65% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 18% did give this 1 star. With stunning graphics, realistic physics, and heart-pumping action, you'll race against the clock as you navigate through wild waters filled with obstacles and surprises. Experience the rush of whitewater kayaking in breathtaking VR as you navigate through stunning scenery and dodge obstacles along the way while trying to become the best among your friends with the online leaderboards. This is all about racing against the clock and conquering the unique challenges within each environment. Interesting. Anyone in the comment section that owns this, played it, loved it, hate it, whatever, please let us know whether or not we should get this game at that sale price. Darksword Battle Eternity is a captivating VR action RPG, and it's currently 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 55% off total. Only 64 people have rated it 3.94 out of 5 stars, with 68% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. This game offers an unparalleled experience of fast-paced combat in a dark fantasy setting. Engage in exhilarating hack-and-slash battles where you can develop a unique combat style, take advantage of enemy weaknesses, and amass materials for crafting superior weaponry. Embark on an epic battle against relentless enemies, aiming for the top floor as you grow stronger along the way. Randomized power-up skills render each run different every time. Darksword combines the thrill of VR with the depth of action RPGs, ensuring a rich and varied experience for all players. Everything from I'm seeing in the trailer here, it does remind me a lot of Until You Fall, but anybody who owns the game that can speak to this, if you can please let us know whether or not we should get this game at that sale price, that would be awesome.
Welcome to the darkness world. Don't be afraid, my friend.
Shoot at everything that moves in Darkness Rollercoaster PSVR 2 Remastered Edition, and it's 70% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 85% off total. 73 people have rated this 3.9 out of 5 stars, with 71% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, but 20% did give this 1 or 2 stars. So I never played the original on PSVR 1, but this is completely redesigned for the PSVR 2 with improved enemy graphics and behavior, more action, more fun, and more speed. Try to beat the global high scores by activating your different powers, such as slowing down time, activating your special vision, or using your shields. But be careful of the traps and obstacles that you'll have to avoid at all times in your cart. What really threw me off is seeing a build your own coaster feature here, where it looks like you can create your own map essentially. That looks awesome. Anyone in the comments section that owns the game, please pipe in and let us know, can we build our own maps or our own courses and play through them, and whether or not we should get that at that sale price. Momentum is the key to winning your deadly duel in Arken Age, and it's 45% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 55% off total. 159 people rated it 3.81 out of 5 stars, with 67% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 14% did give this 1 star. Broken Edge is a 1 vs 1 VR fantasy sword fighting game where you embody iconic warriors in deadly duels. Claim victory in the arena as a fierce samurai, a valiant knight, an untamed ronin, or one of the 5 other fighters, and more. And what's completely unique about this game is that each warrior wields their own weapon, coupled with their own distinctive martial style and stances. Learn and master their art of combat to awaken the energy of your blade and dominate your foes online. Choose your fantasy based on your favorite fighting style. Again, you can duel as a knight, a samurai, a duelist, a ronin, pirate, Viking, Persian, barbarian, and tyrant. This claims to have cutting-edge fencing mechanics where you move and swing your sword freely as you would in real life. Rely on your tactical skills to block incoming blows and break your opponent's sword at the point of impact. Interesting. Feint, slash, parry, smash. Use your best moves to strike your enemies. Hone your skills in the dojo or engage in solo mode. Take part in the global contest to climb the ranks online. I didn't realize there was a solo mode. Here I am thinking this is only 1 vs 1 online and that's it. And then it says fight and interact more intuitively with the new eye tracking system. Interesting. Anybody who owns the game has played it. If you can please let us know in the comments section whether or not we should grab this at the sale price. That does sound like a win to me. Prepare to enter the mesmerizing world of Corridor VR, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Only 16 people have rated it 3.56 out of 5 stars, with 63% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 32% gave this 1 or 2. In this captivating journey, you'll explore a series of interconnected corridors that will test your wits and agility, each with its unique style and challenges. What makes Corridor VR truly stand out is the ability to shift between the normal world and the mysterious mirror world. This dual dimension feature allows you to navigate the corridors and unlock hidden pathways by leveraging the differences between the two realms. Anyone in the comments that has played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know in the comments section whether we should pick this up at that sale price. I'm genuinely curious. I have no idea what this game really does involve. Join the battlefield with up to 64 players online in D-Day Enhanced Edition, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. Over 1,300 people rated it 3.57 out of 5 stars, with 62% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 24% did give this 1 star. So this was a PSVR 1 game, and it did get the upgrade treatment with all new maps, new rewards, enhanced visuals, enhanced mechanics such as manual reload, the whole thing. And I'm assuming the actual controls are far better with the precise PSVR 2 tracking. And there are 5 classes with a progression system, allowing you to enhance each class with special abilities and perks, as well as weapon customization with scopes and all that other stuff. The 64-player online matches include Team Deathmatch, Attack and Defend, and Free For All. Awesome. I wonder if that's Battle Royale or just classic straight up deathmatch. Anyone in the comments section, if you can speak to that, that'd be awesome. Let us know. Again, not only with the improved mechanics of manual reloading of all weapons, eye tracking allows you to call out enemies or objectives just by looking at their location, and the adaptive triggers and vibration are used to give weapons a more immersive feel when shooting. Right on. And if that sounds good, you may want to get the special edition instead, because it's 35% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 45% off total. And that special edition delivers the base game along with the infamous Sharkmouth skin, and that skin can be applied to almost all weapons in the game. This edition also comes with the Silver Special skin, which is available independently on the store. The Officer Pack is also included, which gives you exclusive access to the General and the Lieutenant characters. Very cool. Or better yet, you can get the Gold Edition, and that's 35% off as well. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 45% off total. And with that Gold Edition, it delivers the base game along with 2 exclusive weapon skins, the Gold and Ivory skin, and the infamous Sharkmouth skin. As well, it does come with the Gold and Silver skins, which are also available independently on the store. With this edition, you do get 2 exclusive character skins for the Recon Soldiers, the German and British Commando. The Officer Pack is also included, which gives you access to that General and the Lieutenant characters, and each character comes with 2 additional skins only available in this Gold Edition. Again, I did love the battlefield on the flat screen for years, and now to see something like this in VR, you are able to use other vehicles, tanks, and jeeps. I'm not seeing any airplanes. Just being able to run around this massive island with 64 people does sound like a blast. I do hope it's fun, because I do love the online first-person shooters. Successfully land on drop pads with precision in Dropship Commander, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 65% off total. Only 45 people have rated it 3.07 out of 5 stars, with 33% giving it 5 out of 5, and 33% giving it 1 star. Land your dropship on settlements across the galaxy to bring much needed supplies to colonists and miners. Your job is to navigate through some of the harshest environments and successfully land on drop pads spread throughout each location. Each landing earns you points, with the more difficult the drop, the more points you earn to take your spot on the leaderboards. You'll start off with some easy landings on the moon and then progress through the caves of Mars, the meteor zone of Mercury, the volcanic wasteland of Venus, the ice caves of Pluto, and then onto the hazardous asteroid cluster GC12. Very cool. Anyone out there who owns it, loves it, hates it, plays it, please let us know whether or not we should grab this game at that stellar sale price. Rampage through a sprawling cityscape, smashing buildings, tossing cars, and leaving a trail of destruction in Gorilla Attack. And it's 55% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 60% off total. 76 people have rated this, 3.24 out of 5 stars, with 45% giving this 4 or 5 out of 5, and the rest completely mixed there. Now, I cannot speak to this game from personal experience, but I can say I highly recommend you guys check out Without Parole's quick 2 or 3 minute review on the game, and I'm going to leave a link in the description because I do think he does an excellent job and totally informs you of what you should expect if you decide to get this game at that sale price.
Welcome to Electrician Simulator VR.
Now, if you want to get Electrician Simulator VR and Gorilla Attack bundled together, it's currently 35% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 40% off total. And Electrician Simulator VR has 65 people rating it, scoring it 4.2 out of 5 stars, with 81% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 15% did give this 1 star. Repair outlets and switches, lay cables in the walls, and connect electrical appliances. But don't forget about the fuses, because an encounter with electricity can be very dangerous. Buy the necessary items to perform tasks in different ways. Install lamps, replace bulbs, but just be careful not to break anything or you'll have to pay out of your own pocket. And for those of you that loved the original game, expect to see classic customers as you visit their homes and take part in new, redesigned missions. I'm really not too sure what else to say about this, or whether or not it's actually fun to play. Anyone in the comments, if you own this, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. Gorilla Attack and Bridge the Gap are now bundled together, and it's 45% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 50% off total. Introducing yet another take on the Lemmings formula with modern VR mechanics, this is Bridge the Gap. Only 15 people have rated this, 3.8 out of 5 stars, with 67% of the audience giving this 4 or 5 out of 5. And the whole premise of the game is that you're a friendly spirit entity tasked with helping these little monkeys find their way through the mysterious Bricklands. You must create safe passages between portals as you lead the monkeys to safety, helping them overcome all environmental obstacles along the way. And this touts to have 5 unique settings with 80 varied levels, with more coming soon. And even though the game's been out for just a little while, I've only heard great things about it so far. Anyone in the comments section, if you own it, played it, loved it, or hate it, please let us know whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. Now, if you want Electrician Simulator VR and Bridge the Gap bundled together, it's 35% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 40% off total. If you grew up with the Sega CD and you love the full motion video games, Not for Broadcast VR is supposed to be the best one ever made, and it's 75% off right now. 125 people rated it 3.91 out of 5 stars, with 71% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 18% did give this 1 star. Now, I have to say, I've seen this game on sale a few times now, and I only discovered what the game was about by having to watch these trailers, which I cannot show you without being copyright stricken, so I am going to put them in the description of this video. But just quickly speaking to it, I was blown away as to how mature the whole theme of the game was, and really blown away as to how it does speak to kind of current events going on, so I do highly recommend you check out the 2 trailers in my description. But it does look like it takes the full motion video games to the next level, and in the description it says it is the award-winning darkly comedic game of televised chaos that critics have called a bizarre masterpiece and quite possibly the best FMV game ever. Not for Broadcast VR takes the gameplay, story, and gripping dark comedy of the original award-winning FMV adventure and brings you closer to the news than ever before. I'd never played the original, so I have nothing to compare this to. Get a full view of the entire newsroom, interact with your equipment, and punch, slap, and grab everything that dares to get between you and the truth. Egotistical celebrities, dishonest politicians, and strange sponsors clash on the airwaves. You're in the chair to ensure that the show goes on uninterrupted. The whole concept is that you're supposed to keep the general public entertained with your editing skills and keep an eye on those ratings. Make politicians look greedy or brave. Make resistance leaders look noble or violent. And make news anchors look charming or unhinged. Who and what you decide to show on screen might change the course of history. Very cool. Tune out the chaos, load up the ads, crank up the volume, and immerse yourself in the dreams, fears, hopes, and neurosis of an entire nation, all while sitting on your floor. Again, I highly recommend you do check out those 2 trailers in my description. In Ragnarock, you're going to lead your Viking ship to victory in this VR rhythm-based music game, and it's 50% off. 486 people rated it, 4.24 out of 5 stars, with 78% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. And what I absolutely love about this game immediately is the actual music. You're going to pound your drums to the sound of epic music from Celtic rock to Viking power metal and set sail against your rivals in multiplayer mode. The better you do, obviously, the faster your boat goes, and you're going to see your opponents right beside you as they're trying to play perfectly and you're racing beside them. I think that is so kick-ass. And that multiplayer mode actually features up to 6 players, or simply play solo and you can race against Go ships to add some competition. And if you're unsure if this game is for you, you can check out the Ragnarock demo for free on the PlayStation Store right now. Startenders is an intergalactic bartending simulator, and it's 50% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 20% more, making it 70% off total. 126 people rated it, 3.91 out of 5 stars, with 72% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 10% did give this 1 star. Abducted by accident and enrolled in the Startenders Bartending Academy, you'll have to shake, slice, and serve to survive until you find a way to escape. Use your skills to create delicious concoctions to serve to your alien patrons. Use wacky machines and even wackier ingredients to earn your way home. Unlock those new machines to build and strange ingredients to create your own drinks altogether. Visit colorful locations across the galaxy or hang out in the habitat. Make and name your own custom drinks for customers to buy and compete on the intergalactic leaderboards and daily play. Right on. I personally never played the game before, but I am seeing this other DLC or update that they've released with this new mode. I'm not sure if it's this infinite replayability or what, but this may be totally worth it at that sale price. Again, anyone in the comments section, if you own it, love it, hate it, played it, whatever, let us know what you think. The Utility Room is a VR journey that takes you behind the scenes of the universe. It's currently 25% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 35% off total. 123 people rated it, 3.75 out of 5 stars, with 64% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 13% did give this 1 star. And because I have not played this game yet and have not looked into it other than what's on the PlayStation Store description, it simply says, "Beyond a door lies a barren landscape inhabited by giant rocky heads. Here, the maintenance and heavy lifting required keeps existence stable and temporal. You are a tourist. Don't do anything foolish." And that is it, literally. So it's supposed to take you behind the scenes of the universe, but I'm assuming this is a straight up puzzle game with a twist of horror inside here. Anyone in the comments section that owns this game has played it. Can you please let us know whether or not we should get this at the sale price? Umurangi Generation VR is Pokemon Snap for this generation, and it's 30% off. Unless you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 40% off total. Only 40 people have rated it, 4.1 out of 5 stars, with 78% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 18% did give this 1 star. Experience the award-winning creative sandbox photography game in VR. Make use of VR for a more personal experience by observing the doom and gloom sprawling across your sights. Move around and interact with the environment in a more natural manner. Off the back of an impending crisis, life is bleak for those living in the city. As a courier and an avid photographer, you have the freedom to travel around the city to document the impending doom through the lens of your camera. In VR, you can move around and interact with the environment in a more natural manner. And unlike the standard non-VR version, you get to dress yourself in the skin of your choice and get the attention of people around you with a simple snap of your fingers and pose with gestures and photos and selfies. The game presents you with a list of objectives called photo bounties. Simply snap away to complete all photo bounties before delivering the parcel to proceed to the next stage. Each photo you take will be judged on its color, content, and composition. However, with a strong emphasis on the freedom to expression, the game does not set rules on what makes a good or bad photo. Take and edit photos with the various tools available to you to produce your own unique snaps. The whole point is for you to explore and have fun with your creative side. Awesome, but I really can't help but relate this to Pokemon Snap back in the day on the N64. And if you love the Umurangi generation, you can get the flat screen and the PSVR2 bundled together, and it's 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can save 10% more, making it 40% off total. There's a fine line between dream and nightmare. This is called Very Bad Dreams, which is an intense and demanding experience that will test your nerves, and it's 70% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 15% more, making it 85% off total. Over 400 people have rated this 3.43 out of 5 stars, with 54% of the audience giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, and the rest completely mixed there. In Very Bad Dreams, you'll need to react instinctively to survive this scary world, which is purely dependent upon your real actions. Feel the PSVR sense and headset haptics immerse you when you've been hit by an enemy or when your heart races for dear life. The unique controls will have you run and jump using real gestures, along with holding your head with both hands to keep you becoming mad. Oh, that sounds like such a cool game mechanic. It claims to have many new gameplay elements that will give you the impression of never doing the same thing. Quite simply, the best thing you can do in this game is to flee and not fall into madness. And the more I hear about this game, the more I hear very positive things about it. That said, if you're still unsure whether or not this is for you, I highly recommend you check out the Very Bad Dreams demo on the PlayStation Store right now. It's time to serve the hungry and thirsty zombies while you defend yourself in Zombie Bar Simulator VR, and it's 20% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 25% off total. 41 people have rated it 3.68 out of 5 stars, with 61% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 22% gave it 1 or 2. And it is quite literally what you're seeing on screen. It is another cooking type simulator based game. You have to master many recipes and quickly figure out where various ingredients are located. Zombies don't tolerate mistakes or long waits, and don't be surprised if a rowdy customer attacks you, but you'll have many different weapons behind the bar that'll effectively allow you to subdue them. And you must be prepared to serve those dishes according to their desires. Burgers with fresh brains, liver, or still beating hearts. Fries with frozen, cut off fingers and bloody ketchup. Crunchy and squeaky reanimated dead rats. Good and fast is the key to making as much money as possible, which allow you to go wild in the environment store to give your bar a unique character. So that's really all I can say about the game. Never played it before. Anyone again in the comments section, please speak up. Let us know what your thoughts and feelings are on it, whether or not we should get it at the sale price. The next game was Upload VR's Game of the Year for 2022, but I personally think it's the worst game on PSVR 2. What the bat? And it's 60% off, with 177 people rating it 3.89 out of 5 stars. 68% of the audience gave this 4 or 5 out of 5. That said, my experience totally different. I personally feel that this game actually hurts how people view games in VR and what to expect, because man, I gotta say, this was absolutely atrocious when it comes to gameplay and fun factor. I mean, every level, and there are 100 of them, and I went through the entire game for everybody. I actually covered this. You can see a thumbnail right there, literally showing you what to expect if you go to buy this game. I honestly don't think I can recommend this to people with children. I felt that, yes, everything was really lackluster is the best way to describe it. Even though the game worked, you know, the controls did work, I would give this 2 out of 5. If something was glitchy or if the game bugged out, it would have scored a 1, but everything about it I really disliked. Again, with over 100 unique levels of slapstick comedy and craziness, that's not what I felt whatsoever. Brushing my teeth with a bat, you know, I'm not laughing out loud. That was a task, literally, out of the 100 things. Including 9 chapters with unique settings and baseball challenges. No, they're not baseball challenges. You're literally just swinging your bat and it hits the ball, and there's really no accuracy going on whatsoever that I found, truly. With approximately 4 hours of playtime, but remember to take breaks. Yeah, I don't even know, like, within the first 20 minutes, I knew I wasn't going to like the game, just being honest, and I was going in pretty open-minded. So yes, I highly encourage you, please check out my video, and that game was given to me as a free review key. Again, thank you so much, Triban, for sending me a review key, because I wouldn't have checked it out, and I wouldn't have known what to expect other than what Upload VR gave this Game of the Year for 2022. Trip. A new way to meditate is 20% off right now, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 30% off total. Over 400 people have rated it 2.43 out of 5 stars, with 47% giving this 1 star, but 20% did give this 5 stars. Since the last time this was on sale, I do have to give a quick shout out to Mundane Morsel here in the comments section saying, man, Trip is awful. I wish people would speak out about it more. Easily my most regrettable PSVR purchase. I understand that graphics aren't everything, but it looks atrocious. Also, most apps are far cheaper and accomplish much more if you're searching for therapeutic relaxation, and I do have to say, I totally understand where they're coming from, because Toy Trains for me was something that I felt took me away from the worries of the day and had me wanting more at the end of each day. Where Trip feels more like a chore where you have to constantly log in and evaluate your emotions throughout the entire week and month if you want to take this seriously. This is literally designed to help you breathe at timed intervals with a very soft, slow, methodic voice that guides you through each meditation. It is excellent for what it's designed to do. It is not a game to just sit back and trip out to visuals, looking at something like that. Quite literally, this app is designed to take anywhere. It is very overwhelming to just pop in and see all the different menus going on, all the different exercises. I didn't even know where to start, what to do. And then here I'm learning that you're going to track how you feel each day as you're doing it. Very weird and unique. I did only play this for 45 minutes. Please understand this. And, I was pushing through it because I wanted to play a game not knowing, no, this is forcing me to chill out. When you have to force yourself to wait for that moment to breathe in and hold, it's crazy how it is an exercise, literally. It's so weird to say that, but I'm very grateful that they did send me the keys so I could speak to this, knowing this is meant to help you meditate. It's not a game, literally. And right when you load the game, they get you to enter in your demographics or psychographics. That way it's on a mobile app and you can take with you everywhere. So yeah, again, an exercise app essentially. Launch yourself into orbit with Space Explorer PSVR 2 and it's 80% off. Over 2,000 people have rated this since the PSVR 1 days, 2.69 out of 5 stars, with 38% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5. But half the audience gave this 1 star. I do wonder if it's the premise of the game, if it's more of the experience than it's an actual game, and many people were turned off, but people that want the experience are happy with it. I'm unsure. Again, anyone in the comments section want to speak to that, that'd be great. The official description says, experience how spacecrafts lift off into orbit. Join the crew on space shuttle missions and assist in the servicing of the space station. Take a trip into orbit and experience the Earth from above. Encounter life on board the space station. Learn how to move in zero gravity and participate in spacewalks. Ooh, that'd be creepy. Take control of the shuttle in an accurate physics-based landing simulation. Space Explorer is a game as well as an educational simulation. Experience the thrill of viewing the Earth in orbit, which is unparalleled in virtual reality. Now, it claims that it features high-quality models and textures with smooth VR experience without any motion sickness. As well, it says scientifically accurate simulations and gameplay with multi-language support. And if you're unsure whether or not that appeals to you, you can check out the Space Explorer VR demo on the PlayStation Store right now. Smash for Cash is a game show contestant in Break Stuff VR, and it's 30% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 35% off total. Almost 100 people rated this 2.47 out of 5 stars, with under half the audience giving this 1 star, but 21% gave this 5 stars. Oof. In this game, you're simply going to throw and bash your way to victory. Demolish an office construction site, wreck a country parking lot, crash apart a carnival, shatter a china shop, swing baseball bats and sticks to break cool things, bash away at fax machines and piñatas, crush a showcase of expensive objects, smash a fully destructible car. Essentially, they're touting that you'll have fun destroying virtual objects without the real cleanup or consequences. Anyone in the comment section, if you own this, played it, loved it or hate it, please let us know whether or not this is even worth grabbing at that sale price. Are the physics actually there to reward your throwing skill? Because that's what I really want to know. Very much appreciated.
Learn how to mix the world's most popular cocktails.
Master the art of bartending in Bartender VR Simulator, and it's 20% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 25% off total. Over 400 people have rated this 2.39 out of 5 stars, with over half the audience giving this 1 star, but just under a quarter of them gave this 5 stars. The actual premise does appeal to me. It does say, working in 4 unique and professionally equipped virtual bars, you will experience the thrill of the art of bartending under the watchful eye of a 6-time bartending world champion. Begin your journey in a music club and learn how to make 4 basic drinks. Prove yourself and win the opportunity to train and work in the next location. Master more and more demanding drinks as you progress to new, unique bars. Earn the course completion certificate and take up a whole new challenge in the pro mode. Various bartending techniques, item destruction, juggling with bartending equipment, and drink ingredients. We serve it all in a super realistic quality. Who will earn the most money in each bar? Who will make a perfect drink in the shortest time? Who will earn the biggest tip for a single drink by mesmerizing the customers by using the flare technique? Set in a post-apocalyptic world, Horror Adventure Zombie Edition is 80% off. Over 4,500 people have rated it 3.12 out of 5 stars, with 46% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but 33% gave this 1 star. And I do not have an official trailer, but I am showing you somebody else's video right now so you can get a sense of what you're seeing. I'm including the link in the description to their actual channel there. The official PlayStation Store description says it's a zombie shooter set in a post-apocalyptic world. There's been an outbreak of a mysterious virus killing people and transforming them into zombies. As one of the few people left on the planet, experience what it's like to live in the city of the undead. Hunt in the world and find ways to survive. Kill the virus-infected people and protect your family. So the game does feature a single-player story with a full-fledged narrative campaign to give you a taste of what it's like to live in the post-apocalyptic world. It says that it includes heavy, physics-based, realistic interactions, including support for weapon pickup and reload. Support for more than 15 plus unlockable weapons throughout the story. And what's really cool, they do offer an actual demo for the game. So yeah, if you're unsure whether or not this game is for you, you can get the Horror Adventure Zombie Edition demo for free on the PlayStation Store right now. Horror Adventure VR is an interactive experience set in a procedurally generated haunted house, and it's 80% off. Over 5,600 people have rated it since the PSVR 1 days, 2.88 out of 5 stars, with 42% giving this 1 star, but 35% gave this 5 out of 5. So in doing some digging, this obviously is a budget title, and it claims to have procedural generation, but from multiple reviews, it changes how you walk through the house, but the rooms themselves are the same, if that makes sense. They don't actually change the rooms up, so you do see the same shit all the time, essentially. Even though it does claim to have jump scares as its warning, yeah, I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it being that scary. You know, it's decent from what I understand. Decent. I mean, I'm not expecting anything, but if it's okay, even for half an hour, that might be worth it. But if you're unsure, what's really cool, these guys are offering a Horror Adventure PSVR 2 demo for free. So yes, I highly encourage you check that out. Normally, I feel like the developers only provide demos if they're confident people want to play their game. So good on them for doing that. So yeah, check that out. Virtual makeovers never felt more real in House Flipper VR, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 30% off total. Under 100 people rated it, 2.37 out of 5 stars, with 30% giving it 4 or 5 out of 5, but over half the audience gave this 1 star. Grab the controllers and get to work. You will single-handedly assemble the heaters, plaster the walls, and do tens of other jobs to bring back the former glory of the place. And with better graphics and VR controls, you're now able to freely walk around at your own pace, unlike before where you had to teleport from node to node. Renovation activities require a lot of effort, so they included an animated companion, Beaver the Builder, to support you along the way while exploring the elements of the game. There is a series of challenging renovations ahead of you, so do not hesitate. Reach for your tool belt, get your crew, and take matters in your own hands. Are you ready to become the best flipper? It's all up to you. Again, anyone in the comment section, if you own this game, please let us know what you think and whether or not we should grab this at that sale price. You know, that rating there, was that during launch, or has the game been heavily patched since? I'm genuinely curious. And if you're like me and you loved playing SimCity back in the day, the PSVR 2 has Cities VR Enhanced Edition, and it's 10% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 5% more, making it 15% off total. 175 people rated it, 3.53 out of 5 stars, with 80% of the audience giving it 3, 4, or 5 out of 5. And just speaking from experience, I have soaked in, I want to say a full day, if not 2, into this game. And it was very hard to get into, I gotta admit. There was just so much to learn and figure out. It is that SimCity complication. But as I started to get the hang of things, I started to see the simplicity behind everything. It really is not that complicated. But yes, I have not been enticed to go back after spending 2 days on this, but it is the full SimCity experience, if that makes sense. And the last items on sale is some DLC for Drums Rock, starting with Undertale DLC, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 35% off total. And with the Undertale DLC, in that you're getting Hopes and Dreams, Megalovania. As well, you're getting some other goodies here, such as the Undertale drums, drumsticks, hands, and the exclusive Undertale scene. And what's really cool is getting that as well unlocks this extra difficulty mode for all songs going forward. So I do feel that is one of the most necessary DLCs to get for Drums Rock. The other Drums Rock music pack is by Simple Plan, and it's 25% off. But if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 35% off total. And with this bundle, you're going to get Welcome to My Life, Shut Up, Crazy, and Time to Say Goodbye. And the last music pack for Drums Rock is Legendary Mix Volume 1 featuring The Offspring, and it's 25% off, but if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you save 10% more, making it 35% off total. And with this, you're getting You're Gonna Go Far Kid by The Offspring, In the Meantime by Spacehog, My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and Shine by Collective Soul. And don't forget, this sale ends on Wednesday, May 28th. And if you guys like the video or any of the sales videos that I produce, please click that like button. And if you love what I'm doing with the channel, please subscribe to it. And for all of you that have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Until the next one.
PlayStation